My name is Ollie Eats. I am a food-obsessed content creator. I eat, sleep and breathe kebabs. What I'm most famous for, my kebab reviews.
This is proper tandoor chicken.
And by gosh, was it good.
500 calorie kebab.
Cash and carry pita bread. Boo.
Kebabs are no different than sandwiches, and we rate the bread so highly in a sandwich, don't we? And we need to, we need to ban the pita. That's what we need to do. Or the pita is as we know it.
Today, social media is inundated with creators reviewing all types of food, street vendors, festival food, fast food, and restaurants. But what inspired this new breed of food creator?
My first experience of seeing food on social media was from accounts like Fry Up Police, where you would essentially photograph your dinner or your breakfast, and then you would submit it to a Facebook page and group, and everyone would completely rip it apart. That really was a community of people that had, one thing in common, which was the love for greasy fried breakfasts. There was even a Venn diagram of what was officially a fry up, and then that would break into the different regional elements and stuff like that. So definitely community-wise was there.
Online communities have flourished since the social media revolution, and the food scene is no different. Not only do people enjoy food recipes and reviews, but there is a huge community of ASMR and mukbang fans, which means hearing people and watching people eat.
So I think it's more intimate. It's more of like a one-on-one thing. The setups tend to be quite high production, so that even though the setup is quite basic, it's high quality cameras, high quality microphones. It's very much about the person eating, the food in front of them, and the person watching. It's not just a little rice bowl, is it? It's full on these massive sort of visual feasts, and I think that's what people are really drawn towards. I want to eat 5 burgers. I can't eat 5 burgers, so I want to watch you eat 5 burgers.
Today, 72% of Gen Z and 63% of millennials trust influencers more than traditional celebrities, including food critics, when it comes to food and restaurant recommendations. And 82% of social media users say they're more likely to try a new food product or restaurant after seeing a video from an influencer, compared to just 34% who would be swayed by a traditional food critic's written review.
There's a human behind the media. And I think that's the most important bit, is that if you just see a news article in a paper, it's just words, and there might be a little profile picture, but you can message me. We can have dialogue together. So by having that trust just goes up instantly. I'm also very transparent with everything. So I declare all my invites, I declare all my adverts. So I'm being transparent to my followers, and I think that they respect that. I would want to firstly explain the difference between showcasing and reviewing. With showcasing, I'm working on behalf of the restaurant. So I'm essentially utilizing my platform to advertise said hospitality venue. And with that, I will be brought on site to showcase the key elements of what they're trying to sell and talk about them in a very complimentary way. For me, showcasing is about champion hospitality. The opposite side of that is a review. And with a review, it's when you turn up unannounced, you pay in full, and you are giving your audience your honest opinion on your experience in that said establishment. I only review certain food groups, because for me, how I look at it is that I need to, one, know how to cook that food, that I know the background and the history of those foods to be able to do an informed opinion on what's being sold.
52% of small restaurants reported an increase in foot traffic after launching influencer marketing campaigns, compared to just a 32% increase from traditional marketing efforts, indicating that influencer campaigns are more effective at drawing customers into physical locations. And 70% of small restaurants experienced a boost in brand awareness following influencer collaborations, whereas only 45% saw a similar increase through conventional marketing methods.
London in particular, because that's the location that I'm from, if you're a small business, you can't get a premises in Central. So innovative new companies are having to go onto the outskirts. And I stumbled across this place called Hotbird in Hounslow. A small unit, there's 3 of them in there. And it was some of the finest Nashville hot chicken that I've ever tried. And yeah, I created a video and I posted it and it went big.
Ollie's Hotbird review generated 2.2 million views and 80,000 likes, inspiring other creators and the general public to go and try Hotbird. Their business grew, needing new staff and equipment, and they are now one of the most popular catering businesses in their area.
So I think this is the powerful thing about social media is traditional media and food critics and newspapers would just never have visited the area. They wouldn't have even known about the market itself, let alone the vendor that was operating within it. The food reviewing landscape before social media was probably food critics. You know, that word now has kind of disappeared. You don't really get food critics, or when we see food critics now, it's people on TV and they're old. Also, they were very elitist. I'm generally speaking here, but they would only hit the top establishments. So there was literally 90% of other restaurants that just did not get a look in.
Famous food critic Jay Rayner noted, "The power of Instagram and TikTok to shape dining trends and restaurant success is undeniable. As critics, we must acknowledge that influencers can capture the immediacy and visual allure of dining experiences in ways we cannot." And it seems that restaurants agree, with 67% of restaurant marketers planning to increase their budget for influencer marketing, while only 15% intend to allocate more to traditional critic outreach. But what will the food scene look like in 5 years?
I think the future of content creation within food and hospitality is AI led, because you can manipulate and model it because it's coding. So as soon as AI are allowed to start featuring brands, because when you generate pictures and stuff like that, you can't get an AI person to hold a can of Coke or anything like that at the moment. As soon as that's possible, that's when you're going to see it. My advice to content creators going forward would be, if the challenges are going to be AI, make it human. Add value, make it personal, make it your own opinions. Add the human element that we're all going to be craving in a few years' time.